Let's sign into our POCA Point account and do a few setup items. When you first log in to your POCA Point account, you'll see this welcome message in a little window. As soon as you click that little X, that message will go away. Bam. And it's gone. It won't come back. If you ever want to see it again, just contact me and I'll put it back up there for you. Now let's look through the menu up here. This is just an overview. The first screen is payments, and payments are all of the payments that you've made to POCA Point for what you're doing. And this is the setup fee set up on a credit card. Underneath that you'll see all of the monthly payments. If you ever change your credit card or it expires and for some reason you want to change the card that it's being charged to, you can update your credit card with this form and it'll be a monthly fee. If you're behind or delinquent in some way, if there was a payment that didn't go through properly, then this will reflect an immediate payment that would get you up to date and then restore you to your monthly payments. You can add locations here, up to 4 at a time, but you can do unlimited locations. The next screen is called Global Settings, and on Global Settings there are a number of things that you can do to your site, and you'll notice that these have been set up here. A site title is basically who sends emails to your patients or your customers. You can set up your own URL, you can set up appointment times, you can send or not send reminders to all of your patients. Each new patient can be set up that they are required to have a double time appointment. That's something community acupuncturists have asked for, but you can turn that off, and in this case that's been turned off. You can put text in the header. It can also include URL or HTML tags. The meta tag in your page, that's that hidden description tag, can have something in there. And then your contact email, that's all correspondence that come from POCA Point. And let's just look briefly, we'll do another whole video about choosing your colors and uploading your logo. But what I've done with this site is set up the look of your POCA Point page, and it includes a logo that was uploaded that has to be a particular size or within a particular size, and then all these colors. And really the thing to do is, when you're doing this, is to play around with the colors, and you can just move them around and then accept those colors. So if I save those colors, then that color there you'll see is the calendar heading and headings. It's been changed. I want to change it back to the way it was and save that. And now that heading and the calendar heading are all the same. Let's go to the next screen. This is called Users. It's in this space where you will create another user. You might want to call them front desk or whatever and give them a password. Their password. And once you create that user, I show you the password here so that you can hand out that password to people within your organization. The people that use this login for the POCA Point admin are only allowed to see appointments, patients, practitioners, and patient duplicates. They're not able to see payments, global settings, new patient message, or locations. And so the restricted access is really convenient for you, so that if you hire a new person, you can give them access to that. If you have to let somebody go, or if somebody leaves the organization for whatever reason, you can delete their or change their login information so they can't get in and make changes. Alright, the next screen is New Patient Message. This is the message that gets sent to each new patient. If they go online and they log in and they create their own account, then this is what they will see, is this message. and that's who it'll be sent from. That'll be the subject of the message, and you can set this up. You can create links and do all kinds of fancy things with that. The next one is the meat of the whole POCA Point system, appointments, and this is where you will add blocks of time. You can quickly create new patients. You can even squeeze in new appointments. You can check people in to their appointments. You can make notes about the appointments. $25 paid last week. Edit that, and now we've got a written appointment. There's another whole video about adding blocks, going to these dates, and doing everything that you do. Now, here's patients. You'll notice the 0 in there. The 0 is for all new patients. So this only has, this system, the Bliss Holistic POCA Point account, only has one patient in its system, and they are not new. That would be Joe Smith. So let me make Joe new, and then let's refresh this page by clicking it. You'll see that any new patient right there also is reflected in those parentheses. So there's one new patient that we have, and that stays the same. It's a good indicator for you to be able to know how many new patients you have and whether or not you need to change their status from new to not new. Patient duplicates is purely for people who have entered exactly the same first and last name. If there are patients that have exactly the first and last name, it's here that you can see a list of those patients and work out all the details of when they're going to be of who it is that you need to justify what's going on. You may have to delete one account, or you may have 2 Joe Smiths. Imagine that. This is the screen where practitioners are entered, and there's only one practitioner, but there are an unlimited number of practitioners you can add. You can set an email and a phone number, and that's purely for your internal use. You can enter whatever name you want here. You can just call this person practitioner and save it just like that. And it doesn't change anything about the appointments, any past or future appointments that are upcoming. Let's look at locations briefly. Bliss Holistic has the capacity for only one location, but you can add them by upgrading. This takes you to the payment screen. You can see that. Add locations. That's exactly how you would add a location. But we can see here that we can set the location name, the address, city, state, zip, and phone number, and these fields are included in their reminder emails that says you have an appointment with this practitioner at this location. In this case it would be Bliss Holistic, with whatever address that you enter in that space.